Okay, welcome back. First things we need to do is we're going to add in some, the sound effect with this mouse button. So if you go back to the my folder, the my blueprint, there is, the 00. This is one of the parents of the my button. So instead of adding like your child, I just directly access my button parents and then adding some sound effect. So adding the sound effect is very easy. So as you can see, there is a new folder called my underbar sound, and there is two sounds. There is a bell, and this is another ambient sound. So we're going to use this bell sound. So it's basically just the same as the other import process. Just open up the folder and then select the wave file, and then you can import that anyway. And if you see it is a small triangle arrow, so if you play that, we can hear the sounds. So double click with this my parents. This is my parents one. Blueprint, yep. Double click my parents blueprint. And toggle this one to tab. And just type play sound at location. So that is all the magical things. So once you have the sound asset, it automatically finds the sound asset for you and select this empty bell and then connecting with this on-click event. Connecting that. Now it's done. It's done for sound effect. So if you look at this now and nothing. Okay, so you can see you can have any kind of different sounds. Okay. All right, good. The sound effect is ready, and then we can use this first one as ambient sound. So in order to doing that, we need to create this one. Delete. Yep, delete. So so sound effect is easy to make. If you wanted to make the like a music play the music, something like that, and if you wanted to add a little bit complicated things, we can use the music cue. So select your music, which is my one is this one, ambient sound, and right click, and then you can see create a cue. So my ambient music, okay, this is the things I wanted to use. So if you double click, and then you can see this my ambient and play the cue, it automatically play the sounds for you. Okay, and then what I wanted to do is I'm gonna go to my blueprint, and then I'm gonna create another button from my parents. Okay, and then create another child one, this time music. Okay, so my BTN music. Oops. My BTN music. Okay. Yes, my BTN music. So my BTN music is here. So just I wanted to make this one a little bit bigger, and they give some distinction between small and big. Okay. So this one still has some kind of bang 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 bell sound, I think. Yes. Okay. But I want to play the sounds, the music as well when I press this one. Okay. So we need to do the little bit things for this. So double click this one by one, and then we can create another variable. So this time just a code my sound. Yep. And then type ambient sounds. Okay, click this one. This ambient sound is the music we're going to play with that. Okay, and once you create a public variable, you can see from here in there, right? And then next things we need to do is we need to go to the sound, okay, and drag your sound object the location you want to play. So I want to play this one along with my jukebox, okay, area. And you need to go back to the My button and go to the event graph, okay, and drag this component here, get, and then you can say you can find audio component, get audio component. Oops. And then in the get audio components you can play, and then you can stop. Okay, stop audio component. Okay, stop and component, and we can use this toggle button. Yep, and go to the click, and we can make them stop and play. Okay, so I wanted to make the toggle button. So if you wanted to make some kind of toggle, so you can use the flip-flop. This is kind of the easy way to make the like a toggle situation. So first is toggle on, this is toggle off, vice versa is up to you. So I'm gonna choose this one, vice versa first. Okay, so play and stop, play and stop. Okay, so this is pretty much ready. And then compile it, go to the background panel and click your button, and then now you need to select your sound file, sound object, and pick this one. Now compile. Nothing. But at the moment, we had a problem when we start. Somehow, the sound is being started, so that it can easily fix. Go to the ambient button. This way is on the begin play, we can make this one stop. Okay, in the begin play, we want to make this one stop. So let's have a look. So now it's gone. So it's only start when I play this one. Okay, so it's okay, but still has a problem. So I wanted to change this too. So go back to this first one and go back to this one second. Okay, so that's how we can play the sound. Yep. The one last things we need to look at is how we can show the text. Yes, text. So text is, so I'm gonna go to my blueprint and my container. I'm gonna make another child. Okay, and then my text. Okay, and then I'm gonna create another button. From my parents. Okay, so you can use the different things, but yeah, I'm gonna copy this one. No, yeah, I'm gonna make another one button. So for exercise, create another button child. My btn this time underbar txt text. Yes. Okay. So once you're doing that, I'm gonna drag this one in stage. Let's make this one a little bit change. Okay, I'm gonna make this one. Okay, I'm gonna make this one in here. Make this one a little bit more bigger button. So the biggest one is for the text. Okay. So, and I'm gonna put my text in here and make the connection between my button. Go here and create the variables, my target, and content. My content container, and then compile. Go back to the main stage. Now, if I click that, so, and then eyes open, compile. Now I can see these targets. I'm going to click this one to this object. So this is become my target for this text one. So I had my content for text. So double click. Okay, this is inside of our blueprint of my text. There are a couple of different ways to create the text images. So you can use the image itself, or you can use the text renderer. So text renderer, for example, in here, text renderer, you can have the one text renderer. This is good and each, but the problem is you can't create the text block of text. For example, title. You can create some title like this, but if you provide a lot of text in here, so there is no method for the wrap the contents. Okay, so you can do with another like a scripting kind of things, but it's a little bit cumbersome to doing this. So we're not gonna use this one. And then we need to we're going to use the UI component to drawing the text. So it's a new terms of UI, but it's not gonna yep. So go to main stage. We're still going to use this space and click, and you can see this UI interface, and just go to the widget blueprint. Okay, so, and then type UI my UI underbar text. Okay, good. So double click, and once you double click, it can show you some stage. So this is you can see this is the UI interface. You can build a lot of complicated UI interface with this widget blueprint. Okay, but this exercise is not for creating the UI, so I'm gonna quickly show how we can create the text. This dot line is actually screen size. So if you wanted to make exactly at the moment it's exactly same size of your application or games, but if you want to make this one a little bit small, you can go to the full size customize resolution. So let's change the 300 pixel by 300 pixel as the content. And the next thing is, if you look at the left side, there are a lot of components you can use. Okay, so this is all the component to creating the UI, creating the buttons, border, all these kind of things. But for this exercise, we only use text. So drag text inside of this block, and then as you can see some kind of block area there, and you can see these flower shapes. This is actually indicating anchor point of your content. So in the middle, you can create your anchor point of your content, but I'm gonna move this anchor point in the middle of the height. So just click in the middle of that and move into the 50-50 location. Okay, and this text. So text, and I'm gonna select this one and copy paste into my long dummy text. Still, it has the one single line, but there are options for wrapping. So if you click this auto wrap text, you can see all the text is wrapped. Okay, and then you can make a lot of options to change the size as well. I'm gonna change the font size like this. Okay, so this is ready to use. Compile. Yes, this is ready to use. You can actually add a lot of the interaction, but don't worry too much about this exercise. Just create this room and go back to your text. Okay, and in text you can add a component which is called widget component. Okay, widget component. Click widget, and then you can type my text. Okay, just any name you want to do. And basically what it's doing is actually it gives space to bring this UI component inside of your actor. Okay, so click, and if you go to the detail page, there is the user interface section, there is the widget class. So if you go click, and then you can see my UI text which we created just before. Yep, click that, and then sometimes you can't see that because it's there, and then we need to check. We need to check double sign, two side. Yeah, okay, so two side. So it's there, but sometimes it's hidden. So we're going to do this one. So now you can see the text. Okay. Yeah. And then you can hide this object. This rendering bit, and you can only show this bits as well. Okay. So if you think this is too narrow, I think this one is a bit smaller. blend mode, transparency. We can have the big transparency. This is your area. Okay, and then this is more, save, compile, and text. Yep. Okay, so we have the perfect text. Yep. Okay, compile and go to there, so you can see the text there. So show, so you can see the text over there. Yes. So it's a reversed. So we need to go back to. Oops. Interesting. Yep. Summa one. So I'm gonna show this one lambda, and then I'm gonna make this one a little bit more visible. Let's make this one in front. Yeah. I'm gonna make this one as the background. Okay, so at the moment is color is black. Okay, so transparency. Okay. I think we need to rotate this one 180 degrees. E, E, E. Okay, so now we had clear, so we're going to hide this one, invisible. Okay, and then we're going to add then we can add the component, cubic cube, and panel. So this is your choice. I'm just make some box behind that the text, so cover up. This looks like some of the things actually sitting behind that one. So I'm gonna move this one back here. I just need to make sure just go back. That's good. And then okay, good. A little bit bigger. And then yep. So we don't need this. I just use this one to move close a little bit. Okay. And then let's have a look. Compile. And then play. I think we can. Where's our text going? Oh, yep. Our text is there, but is white. Yes. So that's why we can't see that. So I'm gonna make my go back to here, and then I'm gonna change the color of this text. So point to color, and I'm going to make this one black. Okay. Okay, and compile and save, and then we can see the text in here. Okay, so now if you wanted to make them show and hide, if you want to make them show and hide, so go to this UI. But okay, so in order to make this one and the show and hide, so we need to do the the same things we did for button 00. So go to the event, and then the parent begin play, and then we can have it here set visibility, my text 0, and also you can have set visibility the my panel. Yes, okay. Okay, so this is 2 bin visibility is 0, and then we can make another function for this. Not variables, just a function. Yeah, the function show hide text. Just add my show hide function. So, and then toggle visibility, this one. And then also toggle visibility for panel. Yep. Okay. Okay, so now, and then compile that and go to the my text button. Okay, so once you make your own function for show and hide, so we need to a little bit, like a trick. So basically, this button actually call the function my show and hide, and the container, for example, in here, the my show and hide only effect until something inherited. Okay, so what we need to do is we need to override this function to contain these two elements as well. So in order to do that, if you go to plus sign in the add new, there is something we can call override function. So you can see my show and hide function, which is only allowed to effect the static component, and I selected that, and I already do that. We can have this the function to override your existing the show and hide function, and this is the function I made to show and hide with these two components. So, and then go back to event graph. Just connecting this one and this one to directly that. So it become like, so when I, when outside this button actually call this function, they it's play with this function. Yeah, so that is kind of a little bit complicated, but it's like something we can use. Okay, so that's pretty much about it. So I'm gonna share with this one with you guys. So hopefully you can make what you need to do for your assignment with this video tutorial, and thanks for watching. And if you have any questions, just let me know in the class. Okay, thank you.